few hours, the Senate Impeachment Court will begin a process that our Constitution clearly provides for. As we have consistently said, this is not about personalities or politics. This is about allowing our institutions to do their work. Our simple appeal is this: let the trial begin. Let the evidence be presented and let both sides be heard. The Filipino people deserve nothing less than a fair, orderly, and transparent process. No one should fear the truth. The proper venue to test the facts is the impeachment court, not the court of public opinion. Today is not about declarations or conclusions. Today is about taking the first constitutional step toward establishing the truth. Maraming salamat po, and we are ready to answer your questions after my co-spokes will also give you their opening statements.
Magandang araw sa ating lahat, sa mga miyembro ng media na nanonood, sa mga mamamayang Pilipino, kabataan, at lahat ng sumusubaybay sa araw na to. In just a few hours, the Senate Impeachment Court will begin hearing a case that is significant not only for our institutions, but also for the future of our democracy. To our fellow young Filipinos, this is our history. This is our moment to pay attention, to ask questions, verify facts, witness how the Constitution works, and participate in the processes. Democracy is strongest when citizens are informed and engaged. The impeachment trial is a constitutional process. It is not a spectacle to cheer for or against. It is an opportunity to see accountability, due process, and the rule of law in action. Sa mga kababayan natin, tinik sa lalamunan natin ang halos 2 taon na pagpoproseso sa kaso ng impeachment ni VP Sara. Gutom na tayo sa pananagutan. Hilom sa kumakalam na sikmura natin ang sama-samang pag-alam natin ng katotohanan. Kaya dapat nating baybayin ang ebidensya para masagot ang mga matagal na nating tanong ng taong bayan. The public deserves to hear the evidence. Karapatan ng taong bayan na marinig ang ebidensya at maintindihan ang mangyayari. We encourage, therefore, the Filipino people and the youth to follow the proceedings with an open mind, listen to the evidence, reject disinformation, and participate in conversations grounded on facts. The decisions we make today will help shape the country that our generation, your generation, will inherit. Your voice, your vigilance, and your commitment to the truth matter. Maraming salamat po, and we will now proceed with the statement of our legal spokesperson, Attorney Jay Tolosa.
Thank you, Congressman.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Today, the Senate Impeachment Court formally begins the trial of Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte. As prosecutors, we will approach these proceedings with respect for the Constitution, the Senate sitting as an impeachment court, and the rule of law. Our duty is clear: to present evidence in support of the articles of impeachment. We will do so professionally, fairly, and with fidelity to the constitutional process. The trial is not about rhetoric or public opinion. It is about evidence, due process, and accountability under the Constitution. We trust the impeachment court to hear the case with fairness and impartiality, and we ask the public to allow the process to unfold. At the appropriate time, the evidence will speak for itself. So, thank you to the members of the media. Thank you for your time this morning. I think we're ready to take your questions now.
Good morning po. I'm Soberano po, of Bomborati Police. Sir, just a reaction lang sa prosecution sa naging pahayag po ni President Marcos na mas mainam kung personal na haharap si Vice President Sara Duterte sa impeachment court. Sabi kasi ng Pangulo nung interview sa Canada, sabi niya, kung siya ang nasa sitwasyon, mas pipiliin niyang humarap at sumagot sa mga paratang kahit tutol ang mga abogado. Reaction po ng prosecution. Thank you.
Yeah.
No. Of course, naririnig ho natin no, yung opinion at sentimento ng mga kababayan natin na ito ho yung sinasabi nila. Considering ho the seriousness of the allegations in these impeachment proceedings, nararapat lang ho no, na harapin ho ito ng personal ng Vice Presidente. But having said that, we will still respect no, the rules of impeachment and the order issued by the impeachment court, wherein the Vice President was given an option to appear either in person or through counsel. So at the end of the day, no, that's a decision for them to make. But still, no, we understand that sentiment. That sentiment is the sentiment of the entire country or most of our countrymen. No, na everyone's demanding that the Vice President no, will face this in person.
Well, actually, that's a sentiment not only by the president but actually shared by all of us. No, kasi it will also speak about the character of the respondent. No, it will only show that she is really seriously taking these allegations, no, facing these allegations with a clear, with a clear position that she is not guilty of any of these accusations. And the clearest message that she can send is to appear before the court. Klaro po yan, matagal na po natin sinasabi. And that would also reinforces her previous statements that she will answer in the proper forum, that she's actually welcoming the allegation and at the proper forum, and this is now the proper forum. Now, kung tatandaan po natin, siya mismo po ang dinescribe niya sa itong proseso na to. Pag dumating at humantong sa impeachment court o sa Senado, ay ang sabi niya, ready na po sila for bloodbath. So I guess that would also reinforces again her earlier position that she's ready. And the only, for me, and to all, many ordinary, a clear message that would send to the public and to the Senate impeachment court is the presence of the respondent, the Vice President Sara Duterte. But again, reiterating also the position of Attorney Jay, that is entirely within the discretion of the option that she can actually discuss with her defense panel. Okay. Okay.
Matagal nang hinihintay ng mamamayan yung proseso na ito. So matagal na rin hinihintay ng mamamayan ang sagot ni VP Sara sa mga tanong tungkol sa articles of impeachment. So we are expecting VP Sara to provide her defense, and it is the preference of this representation na makita personally yung defense na iyon. Of course, again, we are respecting their preferences and the options provided by the court. Pero sa bahagi ng mamamayan na naghihintay, they deserve an answer from the VP President herself.
Sensya na kayo Sharing is loving.
Just so that there's no confusion about this matter. Again, while we respect that the decision ultimately belongs to her, no? But we fully understand where that sentiment is coming from, no? Because it would show respect for the Constitution, respect to the impeachment court, and ultimately respect to the Filipino people for demanding answers, demanding clarity, considering the seriousness and gravity of the allegations here. Again, let's remember, we're talking about billions of pesos in transactions, hundreds of millions in confidential funds.
Sir, follow-up. Sa inyong pananaw, may epekto po ba ang ganitong pahayag ng Pangulo sa integridad o independence ng impeachment proceedings?
Well, Well, I think the president, is very clear on that, on respecting the mandate and the separation of each of the three branches of government. He was actually making this statement as a means of, of being a Filipino, not so much on being the president, which I believe all of us share. Matagal na natin itong pinag-uusapan at matagal na rin pong sinasabi ng depensa na handa na po sila sagutin itong mga aligasyon na ito at ito na po yung nararapat na plataforma o ito po yung sa kanila ay yung proper forum. Inaasahan po natin, inaasahan po natin na yung kanilang naging statement ng mga nakaraang buwan ay mapapatunayan po nila sa pamamagitan ng ang respondent ay dadalo sa kanyang trial. Hindi trial niya po ito eh. This is her trial. So the Filipino people expects that she would actually again appear before the court to send the message that she is ready and she is not hiding and she is actually facing with seriousness all these charges and she will ultimately prove her innocence before not just the impeachment court but before the Filipino people. So yun po yung panawagan, hindi lang po ang presidente. Ang presidente po ay magsabi niya ay bilang isang Pilipino at naniniwala po sa proseso at sa integridad ng institution. Kasama na niyo po ito ang impeachment trial na ito.
Ganun na po kalawak yung sentiment ng taong bayan, ng mga Pilipino para po sa proseso na ito. So, once again, the accountability mechanism here is so that the prosecution can present evidence, the defense can present their defense, counter-evidence, counter-narrative. Kaya hinihintay din natin si VP Sara Duterte herself to present that side personally para din ma-clear na yung disinformation, yung confusion na bumabagabag at tinig nga sa lalamunan ng taong bayan for the past 2 years. Kung hindi natin naririnig from VP Sara herself, yung answer na to or yung sentiment na to, these confusions will prevail. So I hope that today is the day, it's the start of the process where we begin to see the truth, to see the accountability processes at work.
This is the short truth about that also. So, of course, to be clear, no, we do not speak for the president, but since you asked your opinion about it, I think it was clear that he did not try to say how the Senate, sitting in his impeachment court, should rule on the matter. The only thing that the president did was echo the sentiment of the entire country. Again, which is that the people deserve answers, the people deserve clarity on this matter, the people deserve accountability. That's it.
Sir, the Vice President has already said that she will not appear before the Senate impeachment court today. What can you say about that? And the Sir himself, again, weakened her defense.
You want to go first?
Okay. To comment on the open, shared sentiment from VP Sara Duterte, that would be unfortunate and a disappointment to the Filipino people who are expecting her today, her answers today, and for the process to continue with finality until the end. Kung hindi po magpakita on day one, nasaan na po ang readiness na sinabi pong nandoon before at gustong makita at maiharap sa mamamayan para po sa proseso ng pananagutan. So, she can have her strategy, her legal team can have that strategy, but at the end of the day, this impeachment process is both a legal and political process that we want the people to participate in. And makita natin yung greatest participation of the people, kung pati yung public officials na nakasalang ay fully participative din.
Well, I think we've already shared our opinion on this, on why we understand that the people are expecting that she will face this in person. But as you've stated, no, this is a decision that ultimately falls on her, and it's a decision that she will have to explain to the Filipino people as well. But for the prosecution, insofar as we are concerned, our singular focus here will not change, regardless of her appearance. No, we will make sure that we will be able to establish solid evidence, to back serious allegations against her, regardless of she will be there or not.
Well, in this case, the Vice President is consistent from the very starts. Not attending or skipping the process. From the budget hearing up to the confirmation hearings, up to the point where she said na ready na sila, ready na siya, nasagutin ng mga aligasyon. I think the Vice President is consistent on this, not attending, and hindi siya tugma doon sa mga nasasabi niya. Again, ito ay option naman para sa kanya, pero ito will send a clear message to the Filipino people na matagal na nilang gustong makita ang Vice President taking this head on, putting seriousness into the allegation by she herself being part of at least at the very least, the first stage of the entire process of the impeachment trial. So, yung hindi po niya pagpunta, that's a personal decision, but the people will have a different observation altogether.
You said her absence is sending a message to the Filipino people. What message is that?
That she is not, she does not, from the very start, when she does not feel the process, she would simply brush it off and evade and not attend. To me, personally, this is actually signals the kind of respect that she has for the process.
Can I follow up? Addition lang po doon sa follow-up question. To me, that signals evasion that has haunted her term from 2022 up until now. She evaded answering nasa na yung confidential and intelligence funds. She evaded providing the required documentation, and now noong lumaki na ang yung issue hanggat nandito na sa impeachment court, may evasion pa rin. I hope that there will be chances still for VP Sara to show up, not only today, but on the different days of the impeachment hearing dates. So inaasahan pa rin naman ng mamamayan na at one time ay iparamdam yung sagot tungkol sa mga matagal ng tanong natin.
Okay. How are you going to lead the point of the Senate President to shorten the trial dates? Kung maaari ay bawasan po yung
We heard the statement of the Senate President about this yesterday. And of course, we will try to conclude the presentation of evidence in an expeditious manner without, of course, sacrificing our ability to do it in a proper and an effective way as well. Siyempre, pinaka-importante ho dito, malatag natin ng mabuti ang lahat ng ebidensya para mapatunayan lahat ng charges under the articles of impeachment. But of course, cognizant po tayo dyan. Gusto natin, as much as possible, if we could finish it earlier than scheduled, then that will be better. And we will try to do that. For example, pag papayagan po tayo magpresenta ng mahigit sa isang testigo kada araw, susubukan po natin gawin yan if the time permits. For example, meron din po mga testigo na tinatawag na authenticating witnesses. Ng magiging purpose nila is to authenticate some documents, video footage. We will try to ask the other party to just stipulate on these matters so that we could abbreviate the proceedings. After all, marami po sa mga exhibits natin ay common naman. So, up to the extent possible, we will try to do that.
nagpadala na po kayo ng manifestation stating 3 witnesses you're planning to present legally. Pero di po ba preliminaries na po at ang mangyayari ngayong araw na to? And kaya po bang i-present yun within 2 weeks? Yung tatlo po na binanifest.
Yes, that's correct. I think in his interview yesterday, the Senate President, Sherwin Gatchalian, stated that today we will not be given an opportunity to present our first witness. No, of course, we'll abide by that. So, as to whether or not we'll be able to present all three, again, it will depend on the time that will be given to us this week. No? So the hearing for this week will be held until Wednesday. So, kung bibigyan mo tayo ng pagkakataon na pipresenta ko natin silang tatlo.
Ano lang po, isang tanong lang. Kung sakasakali po no, na mag-video sa pwesto si Vice President Sara bago lumali po sa impeachment trial, hindi po ba masasayang ang pinaghirapan ng impeachment ng prosecutor? Kung sakasakali, pag ganun nangyari, pwede pa rin siya tumakbo sa pagka-presidente at manalo na ka-presidente.
Well, hindi naman ho nasasayang dahil unang-una pananagutan po pinag-usapan natin dito. Never po naging sayang ang effort. Ang nagdirekta naman dito ay ang ating konstitusyon. Ito klaro po itong proseso na ito. Ang proseso po natin dito ay yung accountability mechanism na sinasabi po natin, sinasabi ng konstitusyon. So, ito pong mga pangyayari ngayon, if ever, no, sana hindi naman mangyari, if ever that would happen, that would reach the stage, sa palagay ko po, the trial will continue, the trial must continue, because the resignation does not automatically condone the acts committed. As indicated in the articles of impeachment, kailangan pakinggan ng ebidensya. Kailangan marinig ng taong bayan ng ebidensya. It will not altogether just water down, for example, or weaken the evidence that we have that we are to present before the impeachment. And remember po, na-impeach na po siya, no? As far as the House of Representatives is concerned, na-impeach na po siya. So the procedural conclusion from that stage, according to the Constitution, is for the Senate to try and decide. So, kailangan pong tumuloy. Kasi kailangan pong may pananagutan dito. Ang pagre-resign ay hindi po yun nagpupundong. Kasi pinag-usapan naman po natin is not yung opisina, but yung mga charges by which nagawa niya na hindi naayon sa ating saligang batas nung naupo siya bilang Secretary of Education, at the same time ay halal na Vice Presidente.
Follow-up lang.
We'll respond to that.
I would second what Kong Zia said. Wala pong sayang sa proseso ng pananagutan. If ever it comes to that, resignation only evades accountability. And it only answers the question of occupation of office. Pero hindi pa nito sinasagot yung 4 articles of impeachment, hindi nito sinasagot yung other constitutional ipinapataw na permanent or perpetual disqualification from office. So the trial is promised to the Filipino people today. We will continue regardless kung ano pong maging development. But nonetheless, handa naman po ang House Prosecution Panel to present the articles of impeachment and proceed with this process of accountability.
Resignation, just a follow-up. Resignation is an optional given to all public officers, either appointed or elected. Accountability should not be made as an optional issue.
Just to add to that, because the question assumes, no, dahil sinasabi, hindi ba masasayang, it assumes that if she resigns, then the impeachment proceedings will be terminated. No? But without preempting the action that the impeachment court may take on such a scenario, no, her position here is clear. As aptly pointed out, no, by Kong Zia, by Kong Rene. Dalawa ho ang penalty under the Constitution, no, sa impeachment, no, removal and perpetual disqualification from holding public office, no. At clear ho ito, no, merong Supreme Court decision sa administrative concerning administrative cases kung saan ho, no, ang nangyari dito sa kalagitnaan ho ng administrative proceedings for the removal of an erring public official, she resigned. No? Ang sinabi ho ng Supreme Court sa kaso na yun, hindi pwedeng takasan ng pananagutan dahil lang no, nakasuhan na ang public official, no? At yun ang gagawin niya, no? Dahil nakasaad doon, madami pang ibang kaparusahan na dapat matanggap, no, sa ganong klaseng pagkakamali. And in that case, the Supreme Court said that the resignation does not render the entire proceedings moot, no? Dahil again, meron pang other penalties. At tandaan natin, sa case na yon, the case just involved 4 million pesos. Again, here we're talking about billions of financial transactions, hundreds of millions of confidential funds, no? Yan ho, ganun ho kabigat ang issue dito. So, kung sa usapin ho na 4 million pesos, no, ang naging ruling ho ng Supreme Court dyan ay maliwanag, hindi makakatakas sa pananagutan ng public official sa pamamagitan ng pag-resign. So, malinaw ang position natin dyan, all the more for this case.
Isa lang po kay Congressman Anjong. Noon sinasabi na malakas ang mga Duterte sa Mindanao, ngayon magsisimula ang impeachment. Sa palagay niyo po ba, hawak pa rin ng mga Duterte ang Mindanao?
Bilang isang Mindanaoan, deserve din po nila malaman ang katotohanan. Ako po, taga Mindanao ako. Pero gusto ko rin pong malaman ang katotohanan. So I think it's not Mindanao alone, or Luzon, or Visayas. The whole country deserves to know the truth. Ito na rin yung paraan para may latag natin ang kaso at malaman ng ating taong bayan kung anong katotohanan. We cannot let Mindanaoan remain blindfolded from these accusations. The truth na meron talagang pananagutan ang Vice Presidente.
Sir, kahit mga supporter ni VP, yun ba yung ibig niyo sabihin? Kahit mga supporter ni VP, kailangan
Ayan nga, sabi ko nga, walang kinikilala dito, hindi ito personalidad. Ito po ay proseso ayon sa ating saligang batas. Ito po ay proseso na sinasabi po na meron talagang, kung merong pananagutan, dapat ihain sa tamang proseso o tamang forum, no? Ito po yung tamang forum na sinasabi, itong impeachment court. Wala pong kinikilala dito, dahil lahat po deserve na malaman ng katotohanan.
Sir, good morning. I understand you intend to present for your first argument yung threat against the president. Is that still the case?
Yes po.
And why that specific allegation? Why should it go first? Thank you.
Well, una-una, sa tingin natin, yan ang articles of charges, articles of impeachment na pinakamadaling masundan, no? Hindi lang ng impeachment court, but ng mga kababayan natin. Dahil napakalinaw ho nito, una-una, hindi na ho kailangan mag-presenta pa ng napakaraming testigo para mapatunayan na ito ay nangyari. Napanood ho natin pare-pareho, no? Yung video kung saan ho pinagbantaan ang buhay ng Presidente, ng First Lady at ng dating Speaker of the House. No? Maliwanag din ho doon na sinabi na bukod sa pinagbantaan, sinabi na may kasunduan na sa isang assassin para gawin ho ito. No? So sa tingin namin, dahil ang mga factual issues dito as may konti, as less complicated compared to the other financially related articles of impeachment, no? Mas madali ito. So minabuti namin na dito ho tayo magsimula.
Inuuna natin in order of kung paano makita ng taong bayan yung iba't ibang nakitang questions na bumabagabag sa ating lahat. So, the press conference about the threats, natunghayan po ito lahat ng mamamayan. We will go through as they go para po makamit natin sa punot dulo yung proseso ng pananagutan.
Para po sa akin, very short lang, no? I think sa Filipino, mas madali kang mag-relate na hindi basta-basta magbanta. No? I mean, culturally, we all understand that. Ang Pilipino ay disenteng tao. Tayo lang po ata yung tao sa buong mundo na pag nagsasalita, very, kumbaga very evident yung ating respect. No? May po at may ho tayo. No? I mean, culturally, it would be more, it's safe to say that we are, no? We value decency in whatever we do. No? So how much more for someone who enjoys certain following, who enjoys a certain authority and mandate. So, mas klaro po yun, ma-identify ng ating Pilipino. Pinag-usapan po natin is she fitting to continue on as Vice President. No, based on behavior and her propensity to say things that undermines the rule of law, the principle that no one should take justice into their own hands, ay klaro po yun sa ating mga Pilipino. Kung ang Article 4 ang ating unang-unang pag-uusapan and the Filipino people can identify easily kung ano yung hindi pwede at ano ang pwede at ano yung in-expect natin sa mga halal na kandidat, mga halal na leader at ano yung mga in-expect natin na hindi nila din sinasabi o ginagawa.
Sir, factor po ba kasi yung sa threat na yun, siya po kasi yung magiging beneficiary as the Vice President?
I think very klaro po yun. No? It does not take one to be a rocket scientist to know that if the sitting president is out of the picture, automatically the sitting vice president shall assume the office. Which in this case, the one making all these great threats, these threats, is the direct, she would stand to benefit if ever the president will be out of the picture.
Follow up then. Para po sa akin, kahit sino man yung kinontrata na mag-assassinate or whoever at sino man yung subject nito, ayaw natin ng ganun. Ayaw natin marinig sa isang public official na binabalak niya yun at may kinausap para mangyari yun. This is about going against the culture of impunity na nandito sa Pilipinas. At sa punot dulo nito, gusto natin na to make an example to the people that hindi po okay na mangontrata at sino man yung subject ng kontrata na yan.
Hi, Sir Stab, Rafi Aling from the YouTube. Sa paglabas ng arrest warrant, Senator Rodolfo Marcos, how do you see the proceedings move forward? Kasi apparently parang nabuwasan na sa mga supporters ng Vice President.
That's, well, unang-una, tandaan po natin the case actually happened even before the impeachment, the official transmission of the articles of impeachment to the Senate from the House of Representatives. Mas nauna po ito, it predated actually this process, the entire process. Sa amin po, that's entire different legal proceedings that involves one sitting senator. So kung wala ho akong makita na anything that would further delay the impeachment process because again, ang sinasabi po natin dito ay ang basihan ay yung directive no, ng ating constitution na magpatuloy itong impeachment trial na ito. So again, these are two separate legal processes na hindi siya connected whatsoever. Yun po yung sa amin pong panig, ang amin pong pinofocus is yung paano ipapresenta ang kaso ng House Prosecution Team at ilalatag yun ni
Tama ho, no? As correctly stated, yung acts which are the subject of this plunder case all happened way before this issue of impeachment came about. So, yun namin nakikita yung connection nito dun sa impeachment. And hindi na namin nakikita kung paano ko ito maging dahilan para makaantala ko dun sa proceedings. Again, no, respect the composition, whether or not they could appear or not, this is something that's out of our hands. This is a matter that falls under the exclusive discretion, no, of the Senate sitting as an impeachment court. So kami ho, hindi magbabago kung regardless of the composition of the Senate sitting as an impeachment court, our mandate remains the same, which is to present evidence in accordance with the rules in the Constitution to support the articles of impeachment.
Suffice to say, because the processes relating to the arrest is separate from the trial that we're facing now, that shouldn't delay or derail the trial that is happening today and is starting today. So, para sa atin, ang mahalaga ngayong araw, masimulan at syempre, maipresenta ang ebidensya, mga witnesses, as the trial and the process goes on.
I'm next na po, Eden Santos. Sabihin ko walang direktang epekto yung pag-aresto o pagsuko ni Senator Marcoleta no, since isa siya sa magiging judge, senator judge dito po sa impeachment trial. Doon po sa aspetong threshold ng convict or to ano po si VP Sara, pwede pong doon magkaroon ng effect yung kanyang pagsuko.
Let me address that first. Since that is an issue that will probably arise in the impeachment proceedings, so it will affect the merits of the case, as you understand, we cannot discuss our position now. But when the impeachment court finds it appropriate to tackle it, we're ready to advance our legal argument on it. But at this time, what we could tell you is that we're not engaging in vote counting. Again, what we're focused on is to establish an airtight case, supported by solid evidence, so that regardless of how this 2/3 threshold would be interpreted, we'll be able to secure it.
Dadagdag ko lang ako. Hindi mandato ng House Prosecution Panel na i-determine kung ilan ng boto ang dapat makuha para ma-convict or ma-acquit ang respondent. In this case, Vice President Sara Duterte. In the event that controversy may arise, again, we relate and we defer to the wisdom of the courts. Either the impeachment court can actually settle this, or if it's about constitutional question, it's the Supreme Court. But then again, ang ninanais po at saka ang position po ng House Prosecution Team ay panatag po sa kasong representa. Yun lang po yung focus natin. Pagdating po doon sa determination ng kaso, determination ng mga huwis, kung ano yung magiging judgment nila, kaya nga po namin minamarapat na may presenta ng maayos itong case na ito ng prosecution para mabigyang paliwanag sa ating mga huwis at sa taong bayan kung ano yung dapat na makita nila at kano dapat yung maging basihan nila to arrive into its sound and impartial judgment. Yung pagbibigay din ho namin ng mga ebidensya, pagpapresenta ng mga ebidensya, ay respeto din po ito sa kapangyarihan ng impeachment court.
Sir, lagi po from this watch. Susuban ko lang po yung tanong. Ang sabi po kasi ni Attorney J, regardless of the 2/3 threshold, we're not engaging in vote counting, pero yung pinagtatrabaho is establishing an airtight case. So is it safe to say that right now they're preparing to get 16 votes na rin, regardless? 16 or more?
Yes, of course. So that there will be no issue on the matter anymore. Diba? In fact, ideally, we would, again, the purpose is to present evidence so that at the end of the day, when this trial concludes, together with the Filipino people, the Senate Impeachment Court would reach a verdict based on that evidence. So, sa amin, hindi namin tinitignan 16 dapat ba bumaba. Ang goal namin, definitely, makuha ang sapat na boto para masuportahan ang hinihingi natin dito, which is of course, in the end, di ba, makita na sinusuportahan ng malakas na ebidensya ang articles of impeachment.
No matter what happens, the House Prosecution Panel is ready to present the articles of impeachment na kung maalala natin, galing po ito sa citizens' complaints na kinlarify at the House Committee on Justice, nakita yung bigat at ngayon po ay hinain, transmitted to the Senate, and the Senate, in line with the Constitution, tinanggap at sinimulan ang proseso na ito. Sa punot dulo po nito, gusto natin na marinig ng taong bayan ang ebidensya at the House Prosecution Panel is able and ready and prepared to ensure that all the required evidences, testimonies, witnesses to present fully the people's arguments. Dito po natin makikita in the coming days. So, ang sa amin, ang focus namin is to, as Attorney Jay Tolosa said, present an airtight case. At syempre, marinig ito, maipaliwanag ito sa mamamayang Pilipino.
Sir, good afternoon. Sir, good morning. Katrina Domingo from ABS-CBN News. How concerning is it for the prosecution panel that there are 3 senator judges who are already automatically absent from the proceedings? Will that be considered as an acquittal? Do you have a slimmer leeway for you to get more conviction votes from a slimmer chamber?
Well, again, we don't actually, again, as what Attorney Jay earlier explained, we don't bother ourselves with the number of the senators, the sitting judges, who will be present, who will not be present during the course of the impeachment trial. What is important to us is we can perform the constitutional mandate of the House of Representatives, and that is to support the articles of impeachment by way of presenting corroborative testimonies and documentary evidence. As far as the House Prosecution's panel, what is important is that impeachment, the Senate has already assumed jurisdiction over the articles of impeachment, and we are starting to look at the start. We are starting now to feel the start of this process, which is later nga mag-umpisa na po yung unang araw ng impeachment trial.
Sir, in your reaction to political observations that the prosecution allegedly is no longer gunning for an acquittal, but instead just wants to lay out the evidence, the pieces of evidence against Vice President Sara Duterte, because some political pundits are saying that it is quite impossible for the Senate to get a conviction at this point.
Well, let's see how things will develop in the process and the trial. No? But I think that's going to that kind of conclusion is too premature at this point in time. We haven't actually seen the evidence by the prosecution, and we have yet also to see and hear the answers and rebuttals of the defense. No? What is important is now, what is important is the House Prosecution Panel from the very start is ready to present the evidence, including the list of potential witnesses, and we would allow the verdict that is exclusively within the right of the Senate, acting as impeachment court, to render that resolution by way of either conviction or acquittal. No? So, again, our focus here is to allow the process to move forward.
So I think it would be unfair for the members of the Senate, for us, to presume how they would vote at this point. Kakasimula pa lang ho ng proseso, kakasimula pa lang ng paglilitis. At tandaan ho natin, under the impeachment rules, all senator judges are required to observe political neutrality. This means that they should participate in these proceedings and rule on it based on the evidence regardless of their political affiliations and preferences. And gusto, ang paniniwala namin, they will abide by this obligation. They will comply with this obligation.
Good morning po.
Sir, tuloy magka-legal ban